Guys, my name is Sean. I'm a houseplant enthusiast from Jakarta, Indonesia. Welcome to today's video where I'm going to be talking about some slow growing houseplants. And these are houseplants that really don't do anything for you and you're always wondering if they're alive or if they're dead. And they put out a leaf every year or so. And I actually like fast growing houseplants, but I do appreciate these slow growing ones because when they do put out a new shoot or new leaf, it's very exciting. And also I have over 1,000 houseplants that I can admire while I'm waiting for these to grow out. So I actually adore these houseplants that I'm going to show you today. And I don't know, maybe you're the kind of person that likes to take things easy and slow. So these plants might just be right for you. So in my hand here, this is the Dischidia Dragon Jade. This is the poster child for slow growing houseplant. And I would say that this is probably the slowest growing houseplant in my collection. I got a tiny plant, this one, and I took a few propagates. And actually this one's putting out a new shoot, very cute, and it's branching out. So this took about, I don't know, a year to get here. But I did take a few cuttings off in my other pots, which I can show in my B-roll. But this one I actually bought from Thailand. I got it at a pretty good price over there. And it grew maybe only about centimeters in a year, but it's giving me multiple growth points, so that's amazing. And Thai people can grow Dischidias really well, so I don't know what their trade secrets on how they do it. But yeah, in most people's conditions, they grow very slowly. And they also propagate very readily. They're kind of like the Hoya, Carnosa, Compacta. It's the same way they propagate them. This species is actually a cultivar. It's a hybrid. I'm not sure who the parent plants are, but it is a really interesting hybrid. And it's very easy to care for. You want to give it medium to bright indirect light. They do burn if you give it direct sunlight, and they hate water. Treat it like a succulent. I fertilize it slightly, and I put it outside so that I don't really have any pests, but I can imagine a lot of pests, especially mealybugs, would love to congregate in the crevices inside the leaves because there's so many places for them to hide. But these guys have been doing quite okay. They have been quite pest-free, and there's a lot of predatory bugs out there that can help me control my pests. Moving down the list, we have a Hoya Carnosa Compacta Variegata. The regular Hoya Compacta Hindero is actually quite slow growing, like the green form. But this one, the variegated one, oh my god. I basically had one plant that I had cut into two because I did burn some leaves and had some balding spots. And this is probably about, I don't know, 10 months old, and it's only put out maybe 2 leaves. And this is the parent plant, and it's put out, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 leaves within the same time span. So this is a very, very slow growing plant. And I do have the full care and propagation on this plant on my channel before. I'm going to link the video up above so you can click on that if you want to see how I care for this plant. Moving down the list, we have airplants or Tillandsias. I do have a care video on this family of plants, so I'm going to link that up there so you can click on that if you want to check it out. But these are very gorgeous plants. They don't require any potting medium. They can grow anywhere. They can grow on your table. They can grow on your floor. You can mount them on ceilings. The care is very different from your other houseplants, so do check out my video to see how they're being cared for. But these guys grow really slow. This plant in my hand is actually about a year, maybe a year and a few months in my care, and it's only put out, I don't know, it's only grown maybe 15-20% of its original size. So this is a very slow grower for a bromeliad because I do have other bromeliads that are really fast growing. And my other Tillandsias, which are small type Tillandsias, they're put out pups now and then, but then they grow so slowly. They remain small for a very long time. So if this kind of growth pattern and size may be right for people with smaller living spaces. And the next slow growing houseplant in my collection is the Sansevierias. I have many variants of these. I have the moonshine, the Cactii, I can't remember the name, Fasciata. This is the dwarf honey, if I'm not wrong. And I have one back here, but I'm going to show you some B-roll later. This Fasciata Variegata, but I can't take it down because this fern actually rooted into that pot. So I'm going to show you that because it's really cool to see how the fern can actually throw roots into that pot next to it, and then out comes fronds. Very wild, but anyways, I digress. Yeah, these guys are very slow grower. They do like very bright indirect light. They can take some direct sunlight. Fast draining potting mix. This is actually a bit overwatered. It rained every day in the rainy season, so this is kind of in danger of rotting. So I got this as a one clump plant about a year and 2 months ago, and it's given me one 2, 3. It's giving me 3 clumps, but they are so slow. And my other Sansevierias are also very slow growing. Do not overwater these plants. They don't forgive you and they will rot. So if you want to keep them happy, you want to grow them really fast, do fertilize slightly, give them very bright light, and don't really water them. They don't really need a lot of water. So that's how you can try to speed up their growth, I guess. But other than that, they're really, really slow and beautiful. So they make really good lifelong companions, actually. And next up here, we have the ZZ plants. I actually have all the variants that are available commercially. This is the variegated ZZ plant. It's putting out a new bud here, very cute. And it took about 9 months to put out this one new shoot, and another 6 months or so to put out a new shoot here. The regular ZZ plant is also very slow growing. I have the ZZ Raven. They basically put out a stalk at a time, and it takes about 6 months in my experience for them to put out a new stalk. And oh, I do have the ZZ Zenzi as well. That's super cute, the dwarf ZZ. But they all grow really slow in my home. I don't know why. I'm giving them really good light. I'm giving them some direct sunlight. I've also seen them grown in full sun, which is amazing. But they do grow really slowly, and if you overwater it, they do decline. They will rot back. So do not overwater your ZZ plants. I'm pretty sure I'm giving them the right care, but they're just very, very slow growing. But I do have friends that boast their ZZ plants and look at me, it's another growth point and they're growing so fast. Unfortunately, not in my case. They're very, very slow growers. And the next plants that grow really slow in my climate, in my condition, is the cacti and succulent. And over here in my hand, this is a succulent bowl actually. I did a video with my mom for this succulent bowl, and this is, I guess, an update for you guys. Everything here is alive. They're doing so well. If I'm not wrong, they have expanded in size since the video because we did leave some space. So now they are quite full, and I'm afraid they're gonna be jostling each other for space very soon. But these guys propagate really slowly. They grow so slowly. This is about, I think, 3 months old in my care. So you gotta be very patient with them. Cacti also grow very slowly here. I give them bright indirect light and a little bit of direct sunlight and make sure not to overwater it. Although I must admit that I'm not really fertilizing my cacti and succulent as often as I should. I do have a chemical fertilizer that I'm supposed to drop in the watering can once in a while, but it's been raining every day for the last, I don't know, 2 to 3 months. So I haven't been fertilizing. I've just been letting the rainwater take care of these guys. So I do need to fertilize them, see if they can grow a little bit faster. But compared to all my other houseplants, these guys are very, very slow. But I'm very patient with them. They look really beautiful in a pot like this. I don't want them to overgrow the space too quickly either. Okay, so next, this is quite interesting because it is a Syngonium. And this one in my hand, this is the Syngonium Moonshine or Moonglow or whatever. And this one is the Syngonium T25. This one's actually pretty pricey and hard to come by. And Syngoniums are actually supposed to be very, very fast growers. My Syngonium podophyllum is growing. Every time I look at it, there's a new leaf. But these guys, oh my god, I don't know what's wrong with the rotted leaf. These guys, I don't know, maybe because they don't have a lot of chlorophyll, there's not a lot of green on the leaves. For example, this one, this is a really beautiful white color plant. This is about 10 months old, I would say. I got it as a smaller plant, maybe about half the size, but it's only put out these few leaves over the course of the time that I had it. So it is super slow to grow. And this one can take anywhere from medium light to direct sunlight. I've moved it around quite a bit to try to get it to grow faster. I don't notice that it grew faster in direct sunlight. It just wants to take its time, I guess, to do its thing. And this one I just got about 5 to 6 months ago. I'm trying to see here. There's no new leaf. It's just not doing anything. I have another pot of these, by the way, in the nursery. And both of them have not put out any new growth. I wanted to propagate this so bad because they're so pretty. They have this beautiful pink rim around the edges. And I think I know why they're a little bit pricey, because they're so slow to grow. So it's hard to multiply them. And the next one is a fern. I'm not sure if it's in a fern family, but this is the Microsorum thailandicum. I'm going to insert the name on the screen. But this is also known as a blue oil fern, if I'm not wrong. And this is so beautiful. It's got an oily texture. I did do a plant haul of this video when I bought it. I have not seen any new leaf appear. This has been doing nothing for, I don't know, 3-4 months. Oh, actually, you know what? I do see some scale. I see some, no, sorry, this is not scale. Is this scale or is this, I'm not sure. It could be spores, but no, maybe not. I think it is scale because they do come off. I don't know, man. Maybe it is spores because they are placed quite strategically on the plant. So I'm gonna just say that it's spores. Yeah, I'm gonna show some close-ups so you can vote and let me know what you think. But this is a really, really beautiful plant. It's very hard to come by, but it is really, really, really slow growing for a fern. All my ferns, they grow so fast. So yeah, I do enjoy this guy, but I do want to propagate this and separate it, although I haven't seen any offsets from this. So I'm a little bit disappointed about how slow this is growing. And last but not least, we have, this is Stephania erecta, and I don't know if this is going dormant or, let me press on this, or if I'm overwatered it and maybe it turned to mush. I'm not sure. But a little bit of history on this plant. I got it as a bulb from Thailand about a year and 2 months ago. And then it took me about 5 to 6 weeks to sprout new leaves. So that took a while. And then the leaves grew very slowly. So I've been enjoying a little bit of leaves. And then I kind of underwatered it, I think. I was treating it like a succulent. And the bulb actually shriveled in size and then it stopped growing. But then what I did was actually increase the watering frequency, and I gave it a little bit better light, and I put it outdoors. And it gets basically watered almost every day, and the bulb grew in size. It expanded, and then it put out a few leaves. But then over the course of the last 2 months, it started declining, and maybe my feeling is that they do go dormant because I did buy them as a bulb. So I may have to, let me see if I can pluck this off. I'm just gonna pluck this off, yeah. Pluck this off. I'm gonna keep it away from the rain. I'm gonna have to cut it, I guess. This is not letting me pluck it off. So I'm gonna be doing a video on these. I'm gonna let it rest for a few months first, and I'm gonna water it and then let it grow back out if I didn't kill it. So if I do succeed in bringing it back to life, I will do a video on the care and also the propagation, because I did do a water propagation on some of these vines and they did root, and the roots did give me some bulbs. But I forgot about the cuttings and I left it to die, fortunately. A lot of people are saying the same thing about Stephanias. They don't really grow. They just put out a few leaves. They just hang out there for a few months and then they do die back, and then the whole cycle starts all over again. And every cycle, hopefully the bulb do get bigger and bigger. So I guess that's everything that I have that are slow growing. All my other plants, thankfully, are pretty fast growing. If you missed my episode on fast growing houseplants, I'm gonna link it up above. Do check it out. I'm @botanist on Instagram if you want to DM me on any questions regarding plant care and propagations. I'll try my best to get back to you. Meanwhile, do take care and stay safe. I will see you in the next video. Bye.